Hey guys, it's Golden Knight 27 here, doing a deck profile for you guys. Today I'm going to be channeling my inner Joey Wheeler, one of my most favorite characters from the TV show Yu-Gi-Oh!, the original first season, to do a deck profile for my favorite deck to play, hands down, based on my favorite monster, and that is Red Eyes Black Dragon. So, Red Eyes Black Dragon, as I just said, one of my most favorite decks to play, one of my most favorite cards in the game ever. So without further ado, I'm going to get started for you guys so then you guys can see how I run my Red Eyes deck. Start out with 3 of the Red Eyes Black Dragons. Red Eyes is going to be the core focus of the deck. This particular build is going to be very extra deck heavy, very fusion summoning heavy, as you will see. I'm going to need 3 of those. Also, 2 Summon Skulls. And then I do 1 of each of the new Red Eyes Gemini monsters from the Clash of Rebellion set. So that is 1 of the Archfiend of Lightning and 1 of the Black Flare Dragon. But the reason I do 1 of each instead of 3 of each is because I can't use Red Eyes Fusion to target these out of the deck. Archfiend of Lightning is going to be excellent for clearing the board. Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon is going to be excellent for burn damage to your opponent. I won't go too in-depth on that, but he's got 2,500 attack points, and he can wipe the field of any monster your opponent controls face up that's got 2,500 defense or less. When this guy attacks, he does 2,400 damage to your opponent if he is involved in damage calculation. Classic card that any dragon deck should pretty much have in it, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, just for being able to special summon dragons out of your hand and from the graveyard, once per turn that is. 3 of the Black Metal Dragons, those are going to be excellent for boosting up your normal Red Eyes if you have to resort to using the normal Red Eyes. Also, when he's sent to the graveyard from the field, he has the ability to pull a card with Red Eyes in its name from your deck and add it to your hand. Possibly considering moving him down to 2. Reason being is I might give the Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon a shot in this deck, and I would possibly take out 1 of these and replace it with Yugioh, and that's going to be a beast type monster that allows you to make this guy. Next, I do 3 of the Red Eyes Wyvern still, just because he gives you the option to special summon a Red Eyes from your graveyard if you don't make a normal summon during your turn. Plus he's a level 4 monster, good for rank 4 Xyz plays. Also decent beat stick qualities, 1800 attack. Next, most people don't typically run 3 of this card and 3 of the Red Eyes Wyvern at a time, but I'm me, I'm a little crazy, I do things a little different. 3 of this guy at the same time. If your level 7 or lower Red Eyes monsters get destroyed from the field, you can special summon this guy in defense mode and also bring back those same Red Eyes monsters that were destroyed the same turn. He also has the ability to allow you to do a normal summon of a Red Eyes monster in addition to your regular normal summon as well. Also, 2 Keeper of the Shrine, another level 4 monster. He acts as 2 tributes in place of 1 if you're special summoning, I'm sorry, not special summoning, but tribute summoning a dragon type monster. Also, he has the ability to bring himself back from the graveyard to the field if one of your monsters is destroyed. So he's excellent. He's got a pretty good defense, 2,100 defense points. Excellent defense monster to kind of stall if you have to. Good for summoning, good for bringing back himself from the graveyard. Now, the last monster I run, I only have 1 of these, and that's the only reason I run 1 of them. I would possibly switch out 1 of the Keeper of the Shrines in this deck and get a second Blackstone of Legend. This card right here is like one of the best cards in the deck. This card is excellent for getting a Red Eyes monster that you have in your hand. I'm sorry, not your hand, but your deck special summoned from the deck by sending this from the field to the graveyard. Also, when he's in the graveyard and you've got a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, you can shuffle that Red Eyes monster back into the deck, add this guy back to your hand. So 2 of them is great. 3 of them I would say is a little unnecessary. 1 of them is still not bad. I mean, I tend to see it almost every duel. I know I can't guarantee that you're going to see it every duel, but I've never been like, man, I have to have a second one of these, because, you know, once you get one of them out, you're going to continue to reuse that same one over and over again. On to the spell cards. The card that you probably are going to want to see very, very early in the duel in this particular build that I have of mine is going to be the Red Eyes Fusion. This card allows you to fuse using your Red Eyes monster and other appropriate fusion materials from your deck, hand, or side of the field. The reason why I have 2 Summon Skulls and 3 of the normal Red Eyes is because they've got to be the normal ones in order to make the Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, which I like to use a lot. So this one, excellent card. It gets your Summon Skull, gets your Red Eyes to the graveyard quickly, gets your fusion monster very quickly. I also run Cards of the Redstone and Dragon Shrine. Cards of the Redstone, I don't really know how I feel about it. I could possibly see myself putting it at 2, but I can't guarantee it. I like Dragon Shrine because I can get a dragon type monster from my deck straight to the graveyard. Of course, you want it to be Red Eyes, and then if it's a normal monster, which Red Eyes is, send maybe that Black Stone of Legend to the deck. I mean, I'm sorry, not to the deck, but to the graveyard. And then you have that option to reshuffle that Red Eyes monster into your deck, put Black Stone of Legend in your deck. Cards of the Redstone, you have to already have the level 7 Red Eyes monster in your hand in order to send it to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, then you get to send another level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. So like I said, it could possibly be ran at 2. I can't say it's a must just because I don't agree that it's a must. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Twin Twisters. The reason I do 1 and 1 of each instead of 2 of Twin Twisters or 2 of Mystical Space Typhoon, Twin Twisters gets my Red Eyes to the graveyard as well as getting rid of back row. So if I've got a Red Eyes that I need in the graveyard, then I would use Twin Twisters to get it there. Mystical Space Typhoon is there for when I don't want to do that. If I need a card in my hand and I don't want to discard, Mystical Space Typhoon is there. Dragon Shield is another good one. Dragon Shield is going to be used to prevent your dragon type monster from being destroyed by battle or card effect. Smashing Ground, that's a simple one, destroys the monster with the highest defense that your opponent controls. Dark Hole, with this deck I know most people would say you have to have a Regeki in order if you're going to do field destruction. Sometime with Dark Hole I want to send my monsters to the graveyard, and the monsters I would want to send to the graveyard would be my Black Metal Dragons. If my opponent's not sending them there, if I need them there and I need my cards quickly from the deck, I will definitely send a Black Metal Dragon to the deck myself. I mean, not to the deck, but to the graveyard, so that I can pull the cards that I need from my deck to the graveyard. Last one, Forbidden Chalice. It would make one of your monsters untargetable. Well, I'm sorry, it would make one of your opponent's monsters effects void. It would gain 400. I like to do that for, say, if you've got something that's going to do field destruction that your opponent controls, or it's got an effect that is going to, you know, mess up your setup that you've got going. Use Forbidden Chalice on it. That monster's effects can't be activated. Or the inverse, the small 400 attack points that the monster that you target gains could be the difference between one of your Red Eyes monsters staying on the field or going away. So that's that. On to the traps. Trap cards. With this deck, I know I've said a few times, you know, I like sending the Red Eyes monsters to the graveyard, and that's something that I look to do a lot. Reason being is I like to bring them back. 3 Call of the Haunted. Reason I do 3 Call of the Haunted and maybe not Red Eye Spirit and Return of Red Eyes in threes is because if I need a Summon Skull, I can bring it back. If I need Black Metal Dragon, I can bring it back. I can bring anything back that I need with Call of the Haunted. With that being said, I do run 1 Return of the Red Eyes and 1 Red Eye Spirit. Return of Red Eyes brings back normal monsters from the graveyard as long as you control a Red Eyes monster. Red Eye Spirit brings back a Red Eyes monster from your graveyard. And it's searchable. Reason why these are in here, they can be searched with Black Metal Dragon if I need to use Black Metal Dragon to search them. If I am, in a desperate state and I need Red Eyes, I can search these from my deck. If I need to revive it from the graveyard and I don't have the necessary tools, I can do that. Next, Ultimate Providence. Negates anything. Spell effect, monster effect, trap effect. Negate it, discard a card of the same type. So if I want to negate a spell, I discard a spell card from my hand. If I need to negate a trap, same thing. I would send a trap card from my hand to the graveyard. Monster effect, same thing. It's a really underutilized card. If you don't have Solemn Strike, this is, nice to have. I mean, you can negate anything. There's nothing wrong with that. Only thing it doesn't negate is a summon. But monster effect, card effect, spell effect, it takes care of that for you. Another one that I like to play, Rising Energy. This deck is going to be very offensive based. So Rising Energy, discard a card from my hand, which also gets rid of a Red Eyes, which is something that I like to do. Because if it's in the graveyard, I can, bring it back more than one way. Give a monster an extra 1500 attack. Like I said, sometimes those attack points are the difference between the monster that you need staying on the field versus that monster going away. Mirror Force, just for fun, just because I like having it. I like blowing up your monsters. The next one, Magic Jammer. Magic Jammer versus another negation. Reason I select that is Magic Jammer allows me to discard a card from the hand to negate a spell or destroy it. I'm actually, honestly, probably going to replace these. I was sorting through my cards and realized that I ordered another Ultimate Providence a little while back, and I just never put it in this deck, so more than likely this is going away because Ultimate Providence can do the same thing. Only reason I could possibly keep Magic Jammer in there is because it allows me to discard a monster versus Ultimate Providence. If I was discarding a spell, if I'm negating a spell, I need to discard a spell in its place. So that's all for the traps. Alright guys, on to the extra deck. We're going to run 2 Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. Archfiend Black Skull Dragon is going to be your boss monster, responsible for dealing a lot of damage. So I'll let you guys have an opportunity to look at that. You can pause it to read its effect. But in short, what it's responsible for is going to be dealing burn damage to your opponent. Also, when he attacks, your opponent can't activate any effects until after the damage step. Also, the burn damage that he does happens when you attack your opponent. You do damage calculation, and once you do damage calculation, you get to shuffle a Red Eyes monster into your deck, and then your opponent takes damage equivalent to the attack points of the monster that was sent to your deck. So this is the main focus of my deck. I focus it really around him a lot. Regular Black Skull Dragon, just because, you know what they say, classic never goes out of style, so I still run this. This is actually my original Metal Raiders one that's, like over 10 years old. Possibly gonna slip that one into the binder, so it's not getting played anymore. Try to keep it in as good a condition as possible. Evil Swarm Ouroboros, just because it's got effects that disrupt your opponent's plays. You can return one of their cards to your hand, to their hand, I'm sorry, and also send a random card from their hand to the graveyard and banish a monster from their graveyard, depending on which effect you choose. Gaga Cowboy to either deal burn damage when he's in defense mode or make him stronger when he's in attack position. Silent Armor Arc. Before Cyber Dragon Infinity, this guy was here. You can detach 2 materials, take one of your opponent's special summon monsters that's in attack position, use it as XYZ material for this guy. We're going to have Cairn Organ. I still struggle on his name sometimes. Basically, sometimes you just need him on the field just in case your opponent has some good effects going off. You can detach an XYZ material from this guy in order to allow him to, you know, go untargeted as long as you use a good substitution in his place. Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragons just to get over some of the bigger monsters. Trapeze Magician allows you to basically attack twice. Master Key Beetle, he's excellent in this deck. You can select one monster once per turn and then detach a material, and that particular monster can't be defeated. Well, I'm sorry, not defeated, can't be destroyed by card effects as long as he's face up on the field. Castell, just to destroy any card on the field, you can detach 2 materials from him and destroy 1 card that your opponent controls. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This is going to be your late game guy. Does burn damage anytime your opponent activates a card. That you're going to take 500 damage for activating that effect. I'll let you guys see that a little bit better in detail, so you can pause the video and look at that and read it. Also, he can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effect as long as he's got Xyz materials on the field. His second option allows you to detach a material and add a Red Eyes back from your graveyard. But I don't use it for that effect. Most of the time, when I bring him out, it's the end of the game. The opponent's done, and I just want something that can't be destroyed by card effect. That's my deck profile, guys. There's small changes I might make. Like I said, I might try running Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon in there. I also plan on adding 1-for-1 in there, just then I can get to my level 1 guys a little bit quicker. And also, I'm gonna possibly consider putting Effect Veiler in there just to give me the potential for synchro plays. Also, it's gonna be a good hand trap to disrupt my opponent's monster effects. Alright guys, that's the video. That's all I've got for you guys. Be sure to subscribe and like the video, share it with your friends. Let's see if we can get this channel promoted. I look forward to doing more videos for you guys. Just want to make sure that I'm not wasting my time with what I'm doing. Want to make sure that you guys are getting content that you guys enjoy. So let me know. I'm always open to feedback, you know, critique if you need to. I won't be offended by it. And as always, you guys have fun. I look forward to seeing what kind of creative decks that you guys come up with. Be sure to, you know, communicate with me. I'd like to see what you guys have got. Have a good day, guys.